Hello everyone, very good afternoon and welcome back once again to your favorite channel, that is StudyIQ English, and I am your educator Praveen Mishra. So welcoming you all into this marathon session for the important schemes related to our prelims this year. So obviously we are just left with some 4 days in our prelims. So it's time to obviously push as much as hard we can, as much as stronger we can. So this is what the topic here is, the schemes that are related to the current affairs, okay, specifically in last 1.5 years, okay, not just 1 year, but also the 1.5 years of the schemes they are here, okay. So starting with the first thing, and before we start, okay, let's first discuss about the importance of schemes, okay. What is the importance of schemes? If you have seen the question paper, if you have solved the PYQs, then you are aware with this one particular point, that is at least on an average, okay, 3 to 5, okay, how many of them? 3 to 5 of the MCQs, okay, in our prelims, okay, we have got from where? We have got from schemes. Minimum to 3, maximum to 5, or it can even exceed that, okay, exceed than 5, for sure it does exceeds, okay. So yes, if we consider 5, then also it is 10 marks. Huge, right? Huge word it is, huge figure it is. So obviously, it becomes difficult for us to memorize all the schemes. If I say that, in last 1.5 years or 2 years, all of the schemes I have mugged up and, I'm ready with the schemes things, obviously, it's a impractical approach. It's a very, type of an approach which is not having any real life applicability. But one thing is there. And what is that? We can take the references as much as we can. We can keep the things as much as we can. And in those 5, we can have this particular thing that is known as the comparability. Okay, comparability with the other schemes, which will provide us, okay, the proper platform to carve out the proper marks, or carve out the proper correct answers, basically. Right? So let's start with the schemes, everyone. Here, okay. So here we go. The first one, it's about the Swamitva scheme. Okay. So what is Swamitva scheme? And everyone, I think it should be visible on your screen. If not, then I shall zoom a bit here more. Okay, so I think now it should be visible. In case it's not, guys, please do let me know into the comment section. I believe it is visible quite clearly, right? So first one, recently the Prime Minister, why it is in news first of all. So recently the Prime Minister of India distributed over 65 lakh property cards to the property owners in over 50,000 villages through video conferencing. Okay, so obviously we know the property system in India. We are having too much trouble with the poverty and multidimensional poverty. Many of the masses in our country, they do not have their own houses. They are still relying on the rented accommodation. And in order to provide support to the rural areas, specifically to the rural masses specifically, the government of India has formulated a policy that is known as Swamitva. And what is the Swamitva policy? It stands for, first of all, it's an acronym, which stands for Survey of Villages and Mapping with Improvised Technology in Village Areas. Okay, so in short, Swamitva. Once again, Survey of Villages and Mapping with Improvised Technology in Village Areas. What it is? It is a central sector scheme, as in 100% of the fund is coming from where? It's coming from the central government. Okay, and launched on 24th of April 2021. So 4 years old scheme it is, on the National Panchayati Raj Day. So now you have this information. When we celebrate the National Panchayati Raj Day, so we do celebrate the National Panchayati Raj Day on every 24th of April. Okay, and on 24th of April 2021, the Swamitva, that is simply speaking, Survey of Villages and Mapping with Improvised Technology in Village Areas, was launched, which is the nodal ministry, right? So obviously it is the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. So guys, you might get confused whether it is the Ministry of Rural Development or is it the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. So remember, Swamitva, since it was launched on the Panchayati Raj Day, so it is also taken up by which ministry? It is also the Ministry of Panchayati Raj in India. Okay. Who are the stakeholders? That means who are the major players involved for the implementation, for the good implementation of the Swamitva scheme. So it is the Ministry of Panchayati Raj, the State Revenue Department, the State Panchayati Raj Department, and yes, the Survey of India Department. So basically, if you can see, these are the nodal agencies 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are recording this particular Swamitva scheme. And now the important features when we specifically talk about the features. So obviously, it does record the rights. So basically, record of rights which are provided to rural households using the latest drone technology and continuously operating reference station, that is CORS technology, for capturing images. So using a drone, we take up the sample of the village areas, okay, and with the help of that sample, with the help of that survey, we do create a data, we do create a report, and this report is also shared with the households in each and every village area, right? Okay. So such accurate maps, they provide a clear demarcation of land holdings in a very short frame of time compared to ground physical measurements. Okay. So simply, my land can be measured through ground, obviously, and through the aerial measures as well. And what are these aerial measures? Simply using the drone technology. Okay. So current achievement. 2 crore property cards have been issued so far, and states like Haryana and Uttarakhand, they have achieved full coverage. Okay, literally the full coverage has been taken by the states of Haryana and Uttarakhand. Okay, so all of the land in the states of Haryana and Uttarakhand, they have been surveyed and they are covered under the Swamitva scheme. Okay, so here we go to the next one. National Mission on Rural Farming. Obviously, the next big challenge, farming. But you know what, guys? The only and the biggest trouble is with regard to the definition of farmers in India. If I ask you the very simple question to define me the meaning of the word farmer, how are we going to define this word farmer? Who is a farmer in India? We often say that 60% of the population of our country is indulged in the farming sector. Okay. It is indulged where? In the farming sector. How do we quote it? Is really out of every 100, 60%, 60 people, they are indulged in the farming sector? Is it really the true? Is it really the factual statement? Well, yes and no, both at the same time. How so? As per, okay, if we talk about, as per the National Policy on Farmers, okay, as per the National Policy on Farmers. So basically, you can frame out this question that who is a farmer in India? Okay, who is a farmer in India? Who are the persons identified as farmer? So as per the National Policy on Farmers, a farmer is a person who is a farmer, the one who is doing the agricultural activity properly, sowing of the crops, harvesting of the crops, etc. Secondly, a fisherman is also taken into the category of a farmer. The beekeeper also. The one who runs a nursery is also taken as a farmer. The one who owns a poultry or runs a poultry is also defined as farmer. The one who deals, okay, deals in agricultural products. Agricultural products. Simply selling the tools, urea, okay, or any type of, what we call it as the pesticides, etc. So they are all consider under the definition of farmers. So this is what the national policy of farmers define who is a farmer in India. So remember, a farmer generally the one who is involved in harvesting of the crops or sowing of the crops, fishermen, beekeeper, nursery, poultry farmers, poultry owners, etc. Okay, the one who are dealing in the agricultural products from pesticides to tools to other equipments, etc. They are all categorized as what? Farmers. And hence we do consider that 60%, because of this particular definition, we say 60% of the persons, they are involved where? Into the farming activity. Okay. And now here we go. Next thing. So National Mission on Natural Farming. Okay. We are dealing with what? Natural farming. So what it is? Center has issued guidelines for its recently launched National Mission on Natural Farming, in short NMNF, as a centrally sponsored scheme under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Now, how do I define this term? Central sponsored scheme or centrally sponsored scheme. So it is basically some of the money comes from the center and the other portion it comes from the states. So it runs like this, difference between central sector and central sponsor. Okay, so we can just understand here. If it is a central sector scheme, that means 100% of the funding is coming from the center. If it is the central sponsored scheme, general division here is 60:40 for general states. But for the states of Northeast, and in fact for the Himalayan states, from Kashmir, Uttarakhand and Himachal, these are all what the Himalayan states, it is 90:10. That is 90 coming from center, 10% coming from the states. Here 60% coming from the center and 40% coming from the states. This is what the basic difference between the central sector and central sponsored schemes. Okay. And now here what we have, the NMNF. What is this? National Mission on Natural Farming. It is a central sponsored scheme. Okay, which is the nodal ministry, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Now, what it aims to, what are the salient features basically? Outlay of 2,481 crores. Okay, so guys, this is another question. Many of the students, they have this doubt that do we really need to recall this particular point? That is how much money has been invested, what is the corpus, what is the total capital, the fund, etc. No. Okay. For prelims, no. For mains, if you are, able to write such data, then it's very wonderful for you. Prelims, you won't be having any question that what is the sum, what is the amount, what is the total capital infused for this scheme, etc., etc. No, not like that. In prelims, you won't have such type of questions. Okay. In mains also, there is no one going to ask you that explain in how much, in which scheme, what is the amount of money has been spent by the government agencies, etc. No. Yes, if you are referring any scheme and while referring, okay, if you are able to write one particular reference that yes, this particular scheme involves 2,481 crore rupees of investment and 2,000 crores, 4,000 crores, etc. So yeah, that is considered as a very wonderful thing. Okay. So in the next 2 years, natural farming will be implemented in nearly 15,000 clusters in Gram Panchayats willing to adopt the natural farming and reach 1 crore farmers in an area of 7.5 lakh hectare square kilometer. Okay, hectare area actually, not square. What is this natural farming first of all? How do I define this term? Natural farming. So you might have heard about this word, that is organic. Simply not involving any type of pesticides, herbicides, etc. Means totally natural through all natural means, using the rainwater, using the total natural soil, not indulging with any type of this pesticides, etc. Okay, no urea, no compost, nothing. Totally with the help of what? Natural ingredients. Okay, involving nothing man-made, nothing artificial. And here we have got a term that is RAWE, RAWE. What is this? Rural agriculture work experience. Okay, the students, they will be trained in natural farming through a particular program that is known as RAWE. What is this? Rural agriculture work experience. So it is having direct relation with what? Our natural farming. Okay, so here we go. Next. Identified priority areas for implementation of the National Mission for Natural Farming, NMNF. Okay, what are the priority areas where the natural farming shall be introduced at any cost? So here we go. Namami Gange regions within a 5-kilometer corridor along the Ganga River. So simply any area which falls within the 5 kilometer of the Ganga River in every state. Next, districts on the banks of major river bodies as decided by the states. So this will be into the discretion of the state government. Next, districts with high fertilizer input sale in the states. A particular district which is using very high amount of fertilizers. So why so this particular scheme has been invented? What is the priority area of focus, etc.? Why so? Because farming in India is becoming costly day by day. Okay, farming in India is coming costly day by day. Agricultural system is the biggest concern right now for us. Let me give you a data, a heartbreaking data, a breathtaking data. Okay, this is 2 years old data actually. The recent data is not with us yet. Okay, it is the data of 2023 given by NCRB, National Crime Records Bureau. Okay, you know what is the annual or the monthly average income, not annual, average monthly income of a farmer? To all those people live here with me, I would like to see the comments. Okay, come on guys, do you have any idea what would be the annual monthly income, not annual, actually monthly income, average monthly income of Indian farmers? Any idea? So this is the data given by NCRB, National Crime Records Bureau, of 2023. Average monthly income. Okay, come on guys, any idea? Average monthly income of farmers in India, what do you think? It is 10,281 rupees. No, this is not a joke. This is reality. Average monthly income of farmers in India, okay, as per the NCRB data of 2023, it is 10,281 rupees only. Now you can realize further, okay, how much flourished our agricultural system is. So the problem here is not just the income. Problem is the input. How much capital the farmers they are infusing these days for agricultural activity. And the biggest trouble to their pocket is, the biggest burden to their pocket is the fertilizers and other chemical agents they use. So in order to protect the farmers from such excess burden, National Mission for Natural Farming has been introduced. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, the districts with strong state rural livelihood missions, primary agricultural credit societies, farmer producer organizations, or other community based organizations, they have been involved as well. And yes, districts with low fertilizer input sale, right? These are the areas of priority or the areas of focus where the National Mission for Natural Farming shall be focused. Okay, Why so? Just with one particular act, one particular feature or a motive, that is to provide relief to the farmers, provide bit ease to the farmers when it comes to infusion of capital for the agricultural activity. And now, once again, natural farming. It is a unique chemical-free farming method that is considered to be an agroecology-based diversified farming system. Simply what? Chemical-free farming. Okay, simply. So what it provides? So it avoids the use of synthetic fertilizers, pesticides or herbicides, promotes cultivation of 15 to 20 diverse crops within a living root, requires minimal human intervention in farming, encourages the use of native or traditional seeds, incorporates animals into the farming system, and then promotes the use of various organic residues for soil enrichment. Like, one thing that we must focus: Israel, whenever it comes to the country of Israel. Okay. Yeah, good afternoon, guys. This session, current affairs are useful for all the competitive exams, right? Well, Sagar, yes, why not? Specifically, we are targeting UPSC, but the other exams like state PSCs and other one-day exams as well. Those who are, asking current affairs, so you can get good knowledge here, okay, from these types of sessions, okay. So here we go. When we talk about the country of Israel, so obviously, we have this thing in mind that Israel very famous for its defense technology or any other sort of technology. It is famous for its intelligence agencies. But you know what? Israel is also famous for its organic agricultural activity. From Israel, we have adopted a particular agricultural activity or a type of a program that is termed as drip irrigation. Okay. So what it is termed as simply drip, DRIP, drip irrigation. Okay. From where? From Israel. So this is what? Once again, natural farming. Okay, this is once again what? Natural farming. Exactly it is. Okay. So we have adopted it from where? From the state of Israel. For the sake of what? For the sake of using lesser water, drip irrigation technique basically. It provides continuous dripping of water onto the soil, onto the roots of the crop seeds, etc. Okay. And this continuous dripping of this water lets the soil to have the moisture continuously, lets the root to have the moisture continuously. And yes, obviously because of this dripping technique, okay, very minimal amount of water is used. So obviously, ultimately, it is saving the water and yes, obviously providing the moisture at the same time to the soil and to the roots as well, right? So where we have got this technique from? We have got this technique from Israel. It is not Indian-based technique. It is Israeli technique, okay? So this is where we need to focus on what? We need to focus on natural farming, okay? So the ingredients or the pillars of natural farming. What are the pillars? So firstly, it is about Bijamrit. What is Bijamrit? So it will be the microbial coating of seeds. And this microbial coating will be made up of the mixture of the cow urine and cow dung. Okay. Second one here is Jivamrit, soil microbial enhancement using cow dung, cow urine as well as jaggery. Okay. Then we have got mulching, covering the soil with crops or crop residues to retain moisture and reduce erosion. Simply with the help of some crop residues. Okay. With the help of some crop residues, we just cover the soil. Okay, that is known as mulching. And the last one we have got Wafasa. Wafasa as in building soil humus to increase aeration and improve soil health. Aeration as in passage of air. Okay, passage of air. So basically remember there are four pillars that we have induced in our National Mission for Natural Farming. And what are these 4 pillars? So the first one is Bijamrit, second one Jeevamrit, third one mulching, fourth one Vafasa. So Bijamrit, using cow urine and cow dung. Then we have got Jeevamrit, cow urine, cow dung plus jaggery. In Hindi we call it as gud, right? Then we have got mulching, that is using the crop residues to cover the soil, okay, just layer the soil. And apart from that, Vafasa, that is building soil humus to increase the aeration, that is the passage of aeration. Simply, type of a foliation, okay, simply type of a foliation or foliation basically, okay. This is where the pillars of National Mission for Rural Farming comes in. So next we have got Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, a scheme that is considered as game changer, okay, game changer literally for the development of agricultural system in India and for also the support to the farmers in India. This is what the biggest gift to the agricultural system is, the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, simply crop insurance scheme. What we have seen so far, we have got the life insurance, we have got the health insurance, we have got the vehicle insurance or the house insurance or the company insurance. But have you heard about the crop insurance? Yes. The biggest headache Indian farmers face, okay, the biggest headache Indian farmer face is not only about the availability of the resources. It's not only about, whether his produce will provide him the good sufficient returns, the good sufficient income or not. No. These are also the troubles, okay, these are also the tensions, but the biggest tension here is the crop failure. What if the farmer, okay, goes ahead with all the sowing and seeding, and during the harvesting season, due to some external reasons, whatever external reasons, could be natural or man-made, if it has happened that crop, it gets failed or the crop rotten up, okay, then what will happen to the farmer? So in that case, we have got the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, simply speaking, crop insurance scheme, right? This provides the farmers protection in case of crop failure. If crop rots or erodes due to any reason, okay, the farmer will be protected financially with the help of the insurance. And let's talk about the features and the whole condition. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, you can also call it as Pradhan Mantri Prime Minister Crop Insurance Scheme. Okay. What is this? So Union Cabinet, what is the news first of all, modified the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and restructured weather-based crop insurance scheme. Okay. And also approved the continuation of these schemes till the financial cycle of 2025-26. Now, objective. What is the objective? Aims at supporting sustainable production in agricultural sector by providing financial support to farmers suffering crop loss, damage arising out of any unforeseen events. Guys, remember, any, not just natural, but also artificial, that is man-made. Due to any reason, if crop fails, erodes, rottens, or faces the failure, okay, then it will be supported. Financial support will be given to the concerned farmer. Okay, then stabilizing the income of the farmers. Obviously, it will ensure their continuance in farming. And lastly, encouraging the farmers to adopt innovative and modern agricultural practices. Okay, adopt what? Innovative and modern agricultural practices, from drip irrigation to anything and everything. What is the nodal agency? It is the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. And what are the crops that are covered? Are they only food crops? No, they are food crops. They are oil seeds and also the other non food crops as well. Okay, so food crops from cereals to millets and pulses, oil seeds, annual commercial and annual horticultural crops as well. What is the eligibility? All farmers, including the sharecroppers and tenant farmers, they are eligible for the crop insurance scheme. And secondly, what is the premium the farmers need to pay? This was a question which was asked in your 2016 prelims. Okay, this one, the premium payment. Okay, it was asked in 2016 prelims. 8 years back, 9 years back from here. So the premium amount, what is that? Yes, Sagar, most important. Yep, true. The comedy scene in our country, if rain falls in between the match of IPL, they cover the pitch immediately. Well, that's a sad thing, no doubt. Simply, it is always stated, pizza is delivered within 30 minutes, but not the ambulance. See, it is about the entity. It is about the stakeholders who are all involved. See, IPL is totally a private thing. Okay, not even IPL, any match, cricket, any sport. Okay, it is obviously taken up by, obviously the state is involved there, BCCI is involved there, but there are many private stakeholders as well. When we talk about agriculture, see, it is a very wider thing, and covering everything into the agriculture at the immediate level, it's kind of an impossible thing, right? So it's better to understand the issues first, right? Though what you have stated is absolutely correct. Yeah, no doubt in that. You have stated a very wonderful thing. But what you must, as an aspirant, what differentiates actually a common man and a bureaucrat? Come on, guys. How do we differentiate a common man with a bureaucrat, an administrator, an officer? What is the difference between these two? A common mass, a common personality, okay, and a bureaucrat. Come on. Yes, Rishi, good afternoon. Come on, guys, any idea? Differentiating element? Quickly, how do we differentiate? Any idea? No? Okay, let me tell you. Common man looks the problem. Okay, common man looks for the problem. Okay, but a bureaucratic personality, an administrator, basically a leader, looks for the problem as well as its redressal. Okay, how this problem can be measured, how this problem can be overcome. Okay, so remember, identification of problem is quite easy, quite easy. But on the very contrary, providing solution to the problems, these are the most difficult things. Common man couldn't get any facility immediately. Well, that's a matter of debate. Let's not go into that levels of debate for now. We have got a different topic to be discussed, right? Yes, Rishi, good afternoon dear. I saw your comment. Okay, right? So relax. Just simply, okay, just one thing. The difference between the common man and a bureaucrat. Common man looks for the problem, okay, and cries over the problem, obviously, right? But the bureaucrat looks for the problem, identifies the solution, implements it, and get it rectified, okay, get it corrected. This is what you must also have as an aspirant. You must be having that bureaucratic trait within yourself, okay? So here, coming back to the point, the premium, 2% for kharif crops, 1.5% for rabi, and oil seeds crops and other ones 5%, okay? So 2% for kharif, 1.5% for rabi and oil seeds, and 5% for the commercial crops. And the balance of premium is shared by the center and the states on a 50-50 basis. Okay. So this is what the features of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana or the crop insurance scheme. Risks covered and exclusions. What are the features of this insurance? So basic cover: risk of sowing, planting and germination failure, risk of standing crop failure, risk of post-harvest losses, and protection against calamities. So basically, any type of mishappening, okay, which leads to the crop failure or damage or loss shall be covered with the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Exclusions: what are the things which are not covered? Loss or damage to notified insurance crops due to war, nuclear risks, malicious damage, and other preventable risks is excluded from the scope of coverage. Okay, so basically what? Loss or damage to notified insurance crops due to war, nuclear risks, malicious damage, okay, and other preventable risks, okay, which are considered preventable in nature. And this is all notified to the farmer. You see, this is a risk which is preventable in nature, and even if you are not preventing it, then you are not entitled to be covered under the insurance. Okay, so yes, even if the loss is because of the war, then also it is not covered. Even the loss is because of the nuclear risk, then also it is not covered. So a thing which should have been covered, but ultimately, as of now, it is not yet covered. Okay, unfortunately, not ultimately, sorry. Unfortunately, it is not yet covered. Okay, so these are excluded. Right? So what is the technological infusion in crop insurance scheme? What is the technologia part? Huh? What is that technologia here? So, Fund for Innovation and Technology. It is known as FIAT. What is this? This fund has been created for large-scale technology infusion in crop insurance scheme. Okay, simply for increasing transparency, faster claim calculation and settlement. If you can see the corpus, 824.77 crores. Okay, and under this FIAT, we have got the YesTac, WINDS, okay, which covers the crop insurance settlement as well as the claim settlement, okay, calculation as well as claim settlement. Okay, so what is this? Yes, okay, YesTac. So YES, yield estimation system, okay, using technology, that is tech. So yield estimation system using technology, which uses a remote sensing for crop yield estimates with minimum 30% weightage to technology based yield estimates. And YesTac is currently being implemented in 9 major states. Guys, remember, it is not implemented throughout the country. It is not a pan-India program. Okay, 9 states are only which are right now, okay, benefited with this YesTac, that is yield estimation system. Who are these states? It's Andhra Pradesh, Assam and Haryana, UP and MP, Maharashtra, Odisha, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Okay, so Madhya Pradesh has adopted 100% technology based yield estimation. So big round of applause for Madhya Pradesh is needed here. Next, with wider adoption of YesTac, the reliance on crop cutting experiments and related issues will be phased out. Simply speaking, actual identification, actual calculation, actual assessment of the yield can be done through this YesTac. And next we have got WINDS. Okay, once again it's an acronym. So it is full form Weather Information and Network Data System. Okay, this is in short WINDS. For what? Augmenting weather data through automatic weather stations. So simply identification of the proper weather. Okay, whether it is suitable for the funding or not, farming or not. This is done through which technology, that is known as WINDS. What is the full form of WINDS? Weather Information and Network Data System. Okay. So this is about the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. And now we have got the next one. Clean Plant Program. What is this? What is this now? Clean Plant Program. Here we go. The Government of India and the Asian Development Bank signed $98 million loan. Okay, what is that? $98 million loan to improve horticulture crop farmers' access to certified disease-free planting materials under Clean Plant Program. So simply speaking, what is Clean Plant Program? Disease free. Okay, simply what? Disease free planting materials. It is about CPP, Clean Plant Program. So it has basically three components. What are they? Clean plant centers, certification and legal framework, and enhanced infrastructure. Okay, so these are the three things. And what is the nodal agency? National Horticulture Board. Okay, simply what? Just one thing that you need to mark, that is clean plant. That is a disease-free plantation. As you can see, there is a term here mentioned, MID. What is this MID? Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. What is this? Central sponsored scheme, first of all. Okay, and specifically for the horticulture products covering fruits, vegetables, mushrooms, tuber crops, roots, spices, flowers, aromatic plants, coconut, cashew, cocoa, and bamboo. Right? So, what is the name? MID. What is that? Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. Okay? As simple as that. Next, Kisan Pehchan Patra. Simply the farmer's ID. Right? What is that? Sagar, Fasal Yojana, I'm not so sure. Okay, I may be wrong, but I think it started by 2010 or 12, between that. I'm not so sure with the time period. Okay, but something nearby that. Okay. So next, Kisan Pehchan Patra. What is this? And why it is in news? First of all, the context. The Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Okay, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare directed the states to organize camps to ensure a faster generation of the farmer ID. And what is this farmer ID? If you remember, in our last marathon session of current affairs, we discussed about this APAR ID. Okay, given to the students. Okay, those the APAR ID, that is 12-digit alphanumeric in nature. Okay, shall be there with the students' lifetime. Okay, shall be an ID which shall be with the students' lifetime, providing their academic records. Okay, so in that very same lines of APAR, we have got the farmer ID. Okay, what it is? An Aadhaar linked unique digital identity for farmers linked to the state's land records, just like Swamitwa. Okay. Next, it includes demographic details, crop sown information, and ownership data. It forms the foundation of the Farmers Registry, a core component of the AgriStack under the Digital Agriculture Mission by the Union Cabinet 2024. So, simply speaking, what it is? A type of an ID card with the farmers. Okay, simply type of a ID card with the farmers, through which which are the farmers, who are the farmers, what they are sowing, at what land, okay, and what is their demographic details like type of soil, okay, availability of water, right, the types of weather, right. So these are the things which shall be mentioned into those farmer ID cards. Okay, and what is this done with? It is done with the national or about the Digital Agricultural Mission. Okay, done under what? Digital Agricultural Mission, and which is the nodal agency? Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Okay, this is what simply the nodal agency. Okay, here we go. AgriStack. Foundational pillars. What is AgriStack? So, it is a repository of all farmers' information, including their identity, land records, coverage, income, insurance, loans, crop details, and revenue history. Okay, what this is? It is absolutely a particular repository, that is simply the database, or you can also call it as the data bank. Okay, having what? The farmers' information, including their identity, that is the farmer's ID, land records, okay, getting help with the Swamitwa, Then coverage, income, insurance, loans, crop details, and revenue history. That is everything, anything and everything got included in this agri stack. Okay, consists of three databases. This agri stack, it is having three databases: farmers registry, geo-referenced village maps, and crop zone registry. Okay, so that means in just one single statement you can realize, you can just understand that the farmers, okay, farmers ID, farmers information related to their loans, related to their crop details, related to their revenue history, is everything mentioned where? In one particular data bank or a repository named as what? Simply the agri stack. Okay. So next, PM Matsya Sampada Yojana. Okay, what is that? PM Matsya Sampada Yojana. Matsya, whenever you encounter this term, Matsya, simply it is related to fish. Okay, once it happened, a student asked me, sir, is Matsya and Matritva the same? No. Okay, if you are a person coming from non-Hindi background, so you might be having this problem. Okay, so what is the difference between Matsya and Matritva? So we have got the Matritva Vandana Yojana, okay, in Hindi. Okay, so how do I define Matritva? Okay, it is related to mother, motherhood, mothership. Okay, whereas the word Matsya, it is related to the fish. Okay, and as we have discussed that who is a farmer in India, as per the national policy on farmers, a farmer is a person who is obviously a farmer, and also the fishermen, beekeeper, poultry farm owners, nursery owners, the one who deals in the farm produce products, from agriculture, from pesticides to urea to compost to other tools and equipments. Okay, so remember, fishes or fisheries department or fishing in India is also considered as an agricultural activity. So here we go. India has experienced significant growth in fish production with an 83% increase since 2013-14. So that is since last one decade, reaching a record of 175 lakh tons in 2022-23. What is the percentage? 83% since 2013. Simply speaking, last one decade. How much our fishery sector has grown? 83%. Okay, here we go. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, launched in the year 2020 with a 5-year of plan, with a 5-year of target. Okay, 2020 to 2025. What it aimed? It aimed at boosting fish production and its productivity. Boosting what? Fish production and its productivity. A flagship scheme of the Department of Fisheries, obviously the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Okay, so it is not under the Ministry of Farmers Welfare, Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. It is under what? Department of Fisheries, basically Ministry of Fisheries, Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Then it is an umbrella scheme with two separate components. First one is central sector scheme, and secondly the central sponsored scheme. So it is having the two different components. One is totally centrally sectored, okay, central sectored. Second one is centrally sponsored. Okay, beneficiaries, obviously the fishers, the farmers, workers, vendors, the self-help groups, the JLGs, okay, the cooperatives, entrepreneurs, private firms, etc. And what is the objective? Objective is the fish production from 13.75 million metric tons to 22 million metric tons by 24-25. Okay, and improve post-harvest management and reduce losses, enhance fishers' income and generate employment. So just like we have got the other, like Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, National Mission for this natural farming, Swamitva, etc. So this is related to the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. It is related to the fisheries development in India. And obviously we have shown some huge level of growth and development. So that is why it is a quite important thing for us as well. So when we talk about fisheries, okay, there is a particular term in economy. We term it as, or we call it as, the blue economy. Right? So we have got different types of economy, right? We have got the circular economy, we have got the green economy, we have got the blue economy here. We have also got the economy known as orange economy, which recently the Indian Prime Minister was referring in a particular event in Mumbai, right? So we have got right now the blue economy. And what is exactly this blue economy? Economy that runs on marine resources. Okay. Marine resources. Even sometimes, not every time, but yes, tourism is part of what? The blue economy. Tourism is part of other economies as well, but tourism is also one of the major component of blue economy. Like for example, why I will go to Goa? Yeah, beaches. Why am I wondering to go to the Andaman region or the Lakshadweep region? Beaches. Okay. Why am I too much keen to visit Indonesia or the region of Bali or even, the areas of Singapore or Malaysia? Why? Beaches. Okay. Which becomes a wonderful ground of economic activities. The restaurants, the water sports, okay, the food joints, the hotels, they do generate billions and billions of dollars of revenue annually. Billions and billions, right? So, blue economy, what it is? An economy that runs on marine resources. And yes, obviously, tourism, fisheries, and the oceanic or sea vegetables, they are all what? Related to the blue economy. And the biggest one is what? Fisheries. Okay. And Indian economy is supported very greatly, very greatly with the help of this blue economy. Okay. Some great level of support we receive with this blue economy. Okay. So next, 10th anniversary of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao initiative. Launched, obviously, 10th anniversary, that means launched in 2015. What is this Beti Bachao Beti Padhao? The name is clear. Save the daughter, educate the daughter. In Marathi, if you go to Maharashtra region, there is a very wonderful campaign initiated by Maharashtra government. In Marathi, it is termed as Mulgi Shikli Pragati Jhali. Okay. So if you are a person from Maharashtra region or knows Marathi, then you are aware what is the meaning of this line. Mulgi Shikli Pragati Jhali. What is that? Mulgi as in here, the daughter. Sikli as in educated. Pragati as in development. Jhali, that is done. So if your daughter is educated, your development, no one will stop your development. Okay, so Mulgi Sikli Pragati Jhali. And this is where Beti Bachao Beti Padhao comes in. Right, simply Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. So launched in January 2015, aims to do what? To address the declining child sex ratio and related issues of empowerment of women over a life cycle continuum, which is the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and the Ministry of Education. So you can see three different ministries. Okay, three different ministries, they are indulged in this wonderful campaign that is known as Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Right? So ministries, once again, Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, along with Ministry of Education. Okay, so these are the three nodal agencies. Next, since 2021, BBBP, that is Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme, has been integrated with Mission Shakti. Mission Shakti, that is a comprehensive program focusing on women's safety and empowerment. See, in 2016, a national women empowerment policy was formulated. Okay, and it was formulated on the recommendations of a particular committee, okay, named as Palm Rajput Committee. So, National Women Empowerment Policy 2016. Okay, recommendations from a committee known as Palm Rajput Committee. Okay, as per the statement given by Pam Rajput Committee, okay, as per the women empowerment policy and as per the statement of the Pam Rajput Committee, what was stated? Women shall not be seen as a beneficiary, but, or in fact, shall be considered as one of the pillars of growth and development. Who cited it? It was the name of the committee. What is that? Pam Rajput Committee. And on the recommendations of the Pam Rajput Committee, we have got the National Women Empowerment Policy 2016. It's not like that we didn't had any National Women Empowerment Policy before. Yes, we had, okay, created in the era of 1990s, but a revamped version was needed, an upgraded version was needed, and we had it from where? We had it from the 2016, specifically through the recommendations of the Pam Rajput Committee. Okay, and on the very same lines now, though it came earlier, okay, but it works on the very same line. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Okay, so the scheme has been integrated with what? Mission Shakti. That is a comprehensive program focusing on women's safety and empowerment. Okay, so basically it has three components. Okay, talk about the Mission Shakti, which has been now merged with Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. It is having three major components, and what are they? Firstly, mass communication campaign on Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. Secondly, multi-sectoral interventions in 100 gender critical districts across the country. Second and third, finally, a financial incentive linked scheme that is known as Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. And in Maharashtra, we have got a very famous scheme related to it that is termed as Ladli Behan Yojana. Okay, so Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana at the national level. In Maharashtra, we have got a scheme that is known as Ladli Behan Yojana. Okay, so these are the major components of what? The Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Okay. Next, credit guarantee scheme for ENWR based pledge financing. Okay, what is the news? First of all, here we go. The Union Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution recently launched the credit guarantee scheme for ENWR based pledge financing. Okay, what is pledge financing and what is NWR? So here we go. First of all, the aim, providing credit facilities to small farmers and preventing them from distress selling. How do I define this term? Distress selling. Okay, firstly, when I'm having too much of produce available with me, that is too much of stocks I have got available with me, and somehow the market is not ready to buy those particular articles, those particular stocks. Then in order to get a minimum amount of earning or a livelihood, I am compelled to sell my products on a minimum of the amount, or maybe in an amount which is even not providing me the profit. So that is known as distress selling. So in order to protect the farmers, so what is the aim? Providing credit facilities to small farmers and preventing them from distress selling. So it provides a corpus of 1,000 crores for post-harvest finance availed by farmers against electronic negotiable warehouse receipts. So that is known as ENWRs. Okay, what is that? Electronic negotiable warehouse receipts after depositing commodities into the warehouse development and regulatory authority. Okay, so simply providing farmers the storehouse or the warehouse supports. Okay, we have got what? ENWR, simply electronic negotiable warehouse receipts. Okay, now what is the coverage? Loans up to 75 lakhs for agricultural purposes and loans up to rupees 200 lakhs, that is obviously 2 CR, for non-agricultural purposes. Okay. Next, eligible institutions and borrowers. Who are those who can provide? So all scheduled and cooperative banks, first of all, okay, they can provide. And who are the borrowers? Small and marginal farmers, women, SC, ST and PWD farmers. PWD as in persons with benchmark disabilities. Okay. Next, MSMEs, they are also eligible, and farmer producer organizations, FPOs, as well as the other traders, they are also eligible. Okay. Risks covered: credit risk, default on repayment. Okay, first of all, and secondly, warehouseman risk, as in failure of warehouses to deliver the stored goods. Okay, so these are the two things that are considered, okay, under the scheme, under the program that is named as what? Okay, named as ENWR based pledge financing. Okay, when you talk about the features of ENWR, that is electronic negotiable warehouse receipts. So what it is? Okay, how do we define ENWR? So it is basically a digital receipt that allows the transfer of ownership of a commodity stored in a warehouse without having, okay, literally without having to physically deliver it. Okay, if there is a particular commodity of yours that you have kept it in a warehouse and you want to transfer that particular commodity to any other person, then you need not visit physically. What you can do is you can just use the ENWR receipt and transfer the particular product to the other person. Next, presently EWR lending is only rupees 4,000 crores against the potential of rupees 5.5 lakhs crore. Okay, so EWRs, national EWRs, electronic EWRs, okay, the pledge financing can provide a loans which shall be covering the amount of 5.5 lakh crores. But as of now, only 4,000 crores has been utilized as per compared to their corpus of 5.5 lakhs, 5.5 lakh crores. Okay. Next, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Okay, so next what we have got, the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. January 2025 marks 10 years once again for the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, and over 4.1 crore Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana accounts have been created so far, that is by the November 2024. Okay, so in a decade, 4.1 crore Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana accounts they have been created. And now what is the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana? It is a small deposit scheme for girl child, launched 2015 as part of the, once again, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign. What is the eligibility? Parents or the legal guardians can open deposit accounts on behalf of a girl child, including an adopted girl child, for up to 2 daughters aged below 10. NRIs are not eligible to open these accounts. Only who? Only and only the Indian citizens. Okay. What is the minimum to maximum deposit? Investment of minimum rupees 250 and a maximum of rupees 1.5 lakh in a financial year. And no limit on the number of deposits either in a month or in a financial year. Okay, you can deposit a number of times. But the total deposit should be minimum 250 and maximum 1.5 lakhs in one financial year. Who is eligible? All Indian parents. Okay, those who have daughters, maximum 2 daughters. Okay, what should be the eligibility criteria? The age of the daughters should not exceed 10 years. Okay, next. What is the maturity period? When is this particular type of a deposit going to be matured? So, the maturity period of Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana is 21 years from the account opening. So, if you have opened your account today, from here, 21 years. Next, contributions to be made for the first 15 years only. It's not like that you have to, pay for the whole of 21 years. No, only for the first 15 years. Thereafter, the SSY account will continue to earn interest until maturity. Okay, so interest announced by Union Government every quarter, it is compounded annually. Okay, so compound interest is imposed over it on what? On annual grounds. Okay, next, partial withdrawal allowed after the account holder attains the age of 18 years or has passed the 10th standard, whichever is earlier. Okay, so partial withdrawal of the amount is possible if the account holder, that is the girl child, if she has completed her 18 years of age, or in case she has completed her high school as well, whichever comes earlier. Okay, next, for higher education, 50% of the balance at the end of the previous financial year can be withdrawn. Okay, but for the sake of what? Only higher education. And next, for marriage of adult, that is 18 and above, account holders 100% withdrawals are permitted. So for higher education 50% and for marriage 100%. Okay, so this is what the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, and it is also providing some tax benefits. What is it? The amount invested, interest earned and maturity amount is totally tax free under section 80 clause C, or sorry, 80 capital C of the Income Tax Act. Okay, so whatever interest the beneficiary has received, whatever the amount has been invested, okay, and whatever the interest has been received by the beneficiary, it is totally tax free under section 80 capital C of the Income Tax Act. Okay, next, achievement of the National Health Mission. Now, what is the National Health Mission? Launched in the year 2005. So, 2 decades old mission it is. Exactly 2 decades, that is 20 years. As the National Rural Health Mission, NRHM. Okay. Expanded in 2012 with the addition of National Urban Health Mission. So initially 2005 it was just for the rural health. Okay, 7 years later in 2012 it was for the urban health as well. Under what? Under the umbrella term. Okay, so improve healthcare delivery in rural and urban areas. Okay, particularly focusing on the maternal and child health and communicable diseases. Right, simply speaking, into the rural and urban areas. Okay. So it is under the umbrella of National Health Mission. We have got the 2 components, National Rural Health and the National Urban Health. Now, focus is where? Obviously, focus is on the child health, okay, first of all, and apart from that, the maternal health as well, okay, and yes, controlling the communicable diseases as well. So, National Health Mission, the prime area of priority or the focus area, what are they? So, first of all, maternal health, child health, and yes, we have got the communicable diseases as well. Okay. Next, implementation. National Health Mission provides finan- financial and technical assistance to states and UTs for healthcare service delivery. Okay, states and UTs for healthcare service delivery. And yes, key achievements, as we can see, some wonderful thing. Financial year 2021-22, 2.69 lakh workers, including 90,740 community health officers were registered in it. And apart from that, it has also performed quite well when it comes to the reduction in the maternal and child mortality rates. Okay. Okay. One nation, one subscription. No, it is not for your OTT platforms. हाँ, no. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा कि Amazon Prime का सब्सक्रिप्शन लिया था, Netflix का भी मिल गया. Okay, not like that. It is different. What is this? The Union Cabinet has approved One Nation, One Subscription scheme. What is this? A central sector scheme to provide countrywide access to international high impact scholarly research articles. Okay. And journal publications to students, faculty, and researchers. So, if there is any international research paper, journal, article, etc., you as a student, as a teacher, or as a researcher want to access, then you can through what? One Nation, One Subscription scheme. Okay, the initiative aims or aligns with the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and Viksit Bharat 2047. Okay, so remember guys, ONOS, One Nation, One Subscription scheme, will provide access to 13,000 e-journals from 30 major international journal publishers. And the initiative is expected to help students in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, ensuring that geographical location does not limit access to high quality academic content. So remember, One Nation, One Subscription. Okay. So, the cabinet has approved the next phase of Atal mission. Now, what is the aim? What is the Atal mission first of all? So, through the Atal mission, okay, first of all, it is a central sector scheme under the Niti Aayog, launched in the year 2016. What is Niti Aayog? Obviously, the erstwhile Planning Commission, which was renamed in 2015 as National Institution for Transforming India. Okay. Now, what is the aim? To create and promote an ecosystem of innovation and entrepreneurship across the country at school, university, research institutions, MSMEs, and industry levels. What is the aim further? What are the features actually or the initiatives? ATL, Atal Tinkering Labs. What is this? Established in 10,000 schools across India for grades 6 to 12 to nurture curiosity and innovation using technologies like IoT. IoT as in Internet of Things, type of an AI. Then 3D printing and robotics, etc. That is basically promoting the state of the art technologies in the school, or providing curiosity to the students to indulge into the cutting edge technologies from Internet of Things, that is artificial intelligence, to 3D printing, robotics, or any type of digital presence, etc. Okay, technically speaking, relating to the orange economy. Okay, this is what ATL, Atal Tinkering Labs. Where? In schools. Which grades? From lower kindergarten to senior secondary? No, only between 6th standard to 10th standard, that is high school. Okay. Next, AIC, Atal Incubation Centers. Presently, there are 72 AICs actively supporting 3,500 startups. What they are? They provide essential resources like mentorship, funding, and technical infrastructure to help startups grow and thrive. So it is particularly focusing where? Onto the Startup India campaign. Okay. Next, Atal Community Innovation Centers, ACICs. What are they? It is for the sake of encouragement to entrepreneurship in undeserved regions by providing infrastructure and environment for innovation. Okay. Underreserved, underserved, sorry, not unreserved. Okay. Underserved, which are the areas considered underserved, that is very background, once upon a time were part of the Naxal areas or the red belt areas. Okay, that is least developed areas. Okay, where the development has not reached yet, or if has reached, then on a very slower note. Okay, so that is what underserved regions. Specifically, it could be the hilly terrain areas, the mountainous areas of our northeast or the Himalayan states as well. Okay. Okay, so next one. National Mission on Libraries. Okay, next what we have got? National Mission on Libraries. Launched by the Union Ministry of Culture to modernize and improve public libraries and services. Okay, launched by whom? The Ministry of Culture to modernize the public libraries and the services. Okay, established in the year 2012 on the recommendations from the National Knowledge Commission. Okay, so in 2012 we got the National Knowledge Commission, and on the recommendations of the National Knowledge Commission we got what? The National Library Mission. Okay, now it has got how many? 4 main components. What are these components? National Virtual Library of India. Then we have got the Model Library Scheme. We have got the Quantitative and Qualitative Survey. And yes, the capacity building, that is upskills library professionals. So these are the major 4 components. So remember guys, what are the things? First of all, launched here 2012. Secondly, through the recommendation of what? National Knowledge Commission. Okay, how many? 4 components. Next, Anna Chakra. What is next? Anna Chakra. The Union Food and Public Distribution Minister unveiled 2 transformative tools aimed at modernizing India's public distribution system. Okay, simply what? The PDS, Public Distribution System. Okay, and subsidy mechanisms, that is named as Anna Chakra and Scan. Okay, so what is Anna Chakra and Scan? So first of all, it is developed by whom? Developed by Department of Food and Public Distribution in partnership with the World Food Program. Okay, and IIT Delhi's FIT. FIT as in Foundation for Innovation and Technology Transfers. What is the objective? To improve efficiency of the PDS by optimizing the logistics network. Okay, so this is what? The Anna Chakra and Scan. We talk about Scan. Okay, what is this all about? To modernize and expedite the settlement of food subsidy claims under the National Food Security Act. Okay, and it shall provide a single window submission of subsidy claims by the states. So this is what? The Anna Chakra and Scan, basically. Simply focusing what? Focusing on the public distribution system. Okay, so here we go. Next. Union Cabinet has extended supply for fortified rice till 2028. Okay, what Union Cabinet has done? It has the supply for what? Fortified rice till the time period of 2028. Now, firstly, the context. The Union Cabinet extended the universal supply of fortified rice under central government schemes until the year December 2028. The initiative covers programs like Targeted Public Distribution System, that is TPDS, Integrated Child Development System or the Services, ICDS, and PM Poshan for all states and union territories. So through that, what we are providing? Fortified rice. Now, How do I define the term rice fortification or fortified rice? How is it? So it is a process of adding micronutrients like oil, folic acid, like iron, folic acid, and vitamin B12 to rice so that its nutritional value is enhanced. So, what is fortification, rice fortification, or rice fortification, or fortified rice? Adding micronutrients. And what are these micronutrients? They are iron, folic acid, and vitamin B12. Okay, to rice, which for sure improves what or enhances the nutritional value of the rice. Next, according to FSSAI, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, okay, as per the FSSAI norms, iron in 28 mg to 42.5 mg, folic acid 75 to 1.5 mg, vitamin B12 0.75 to 1.25, and additional nutrients may include zinc, vitamin A, and various vitamin B as well. Okay, so this is what rice fortification is all about. Okay, so we are using it where? We are using it in the PM Poshan scheme. What is this PM Poshan scheme? Launched in September 2021, it has replaced the previous midday meal scheme and is set to run from 2021-22 to 2025-26. Okay. So what is this PM Poshan scheme? It has replaced what? It has replaced the midday meal scheme. Okay. So now the midday meal scheme is termed as the PM Poshan scheme, and Poshan scheme is basically focusing on providing the nutritional food, that is basically covering the government's duty, the state's duty under Article 47. Okay, Article 47 as in duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and eliminate from the society all the intoxicating substances. So considering the first provision, that is the duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition. Okay, here the fortification thing or the Poshan scheme has come in. What is rice fortification? Basically adding the nutrient values of rice by adding iron, folic acid, and vitamin B12. Apart from that, zinc could be added as well, other vitamin B elements as well as vitamin A. Okay. Okay, so next we have got Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. Okay, obviously the name is clear, Garib Kalyan Yojana, as in providing support to the poor. Okay, support to the poor. What is this? When it is launched, 2020, what is the ministry? Ministry of Finance. Okay, now implementing body. Okay, who is the implementing body? Department of Food and Public Distribution, which works under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Okay, what is the purpose? To supply free food grains to migrants and the poor. Okay, to provide what? The free food grains to the migrants and to the poor. What was the purpose again? To provide 5 kg. Okay, 5 kg free food grains to eligible ration card holders under the National Food Security Act of the 2013. So this is what? Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. Eligibility. Families belonging to the Antyodaya Anna Yojana and priority households, they are eligible. Okay, they will be eligible for the scheme. Priority households are to be identified by the state governments and the Union Territory Administration as per the criteria evolved by them. Antyodaya Anna Yojana families are to be identified by the states and UTs as per the criteria prescribed by the central governments. Okay. Households headed by widows or terminally ill persons or disabled persons or persons aged 60 years or more with no assured means of subsistence or societal support. And apart from that, all primitive tribal households, they are also eligible. And yes, landless agricultural laborers, marginal farmers, rural artisans, craftsmen, etc., they are all eligible. And once again, all eligible below poverty line families of HIV positive persons, they are also eligible for the Garib Kalyan Yojana scheme. Okay. So guys, before we proceed further with the schemes, okay, let's take a short break of around 10-15 minutes, okay. So just a short break, okay, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. If you are, you know, having any thirst for water or some beverage, then we can go and get some good cup of coffee and be back. Okay, so at least I need a glass of water and yes, also a good cup of coffee. So let's grab them both and let's be back, guys. So a short break it is of not more than 10 to 15 minutes, minimum 10 to maximum 15 minutes. Okay, so we shall be back. Okay, 10 to 15 minutes, basically 15 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. So see you guys sharply in 10 minutes. Okay, guys, let's begin now. So I hope you guys are now refreshed actually, and good to go with the rest of the schemes, right? So here is the next one. International Fund for Agricultural Development. Okay. So the next one here in our list, International Fund for what? Agricultural Development. Okay. So what is the context? The Odisha government is planning to take a loan from the International Fund for Agricultural Development to implement the Empowerment and Livelihood Improvement Program, that is known as OPELIP for PVTGs. Okay, simply the particular vulnerable tribal groups, in short PVTGs. Okay, so what is this IFAD? It is a UN agency, first of all, that works to improve agricultural development and reduce poverty in developing countries. Okay, so the only thing that you need to mark with regard to the International Fund for Agricultural Development, it works under what? It works under the United Nations. Where it is headquartered, the next thing to be marked, headquartered in Rome, that is Italy. Third thing to be marked, established when? In the year 1977 in response to the global food crisis. Obviously, the goal is simple, to help poor people, to poor rural people improve their food and nutrition security, increase their incomes, and strengthen their resilience. Okay, so this is what? International Fund for Agricultural Development. And what is OPELIP? So it is Odisha's program for Empowerment and Livelihood Improvement Program. Okay. So next, Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyay Maha Abhiyan. Okay, in short, Jan Man. So we have got Jan Gan in our national anthem, right? We have got now the other phrase, not in the national anthem obviously, but as per the justice delivery system, okay, of the country, that is known as Jan Man. Okay, so what is this? Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyay Maha Abhiyan. When it was launched in the year 2023 to improve the lives of particularly vulnerable tribal groups, PVTGs in short. Okay, working under the Ministry of MOTA. MOTA as in Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Okay, so guys, remember Ministry of Tribal Affairs, and we talk about the PVTGs. So the Dhebar Commission, established in 1960, identified disparities among the scheduled tribes, leading to the creation of the primitive tribal groups, PTGs. Okay, and in 2006, PTG category was renamed as PVTGs. Okay, what is that? Particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So, inside the tribal community, inside our tribal community, we have got a particular layering. Okay, and this layering is known as PVTGs. Initially, it was termed as PTG, but till 2006 only. From 1960 to 2006, it was PTGs. After 2006, it is PVTGs. Okay, so here, criteria to be induced in the PVTGs. So obviously, a community should be a tribal community. Second, inside tribal community, pre-agricultural lifestyles. Okay. Next, low literacy rates. Third, small or stagnant population. And fourth, subsistence economies. Okay. So as of now, 75 communities in 18 states and UTs of Andaman and Nicobar Islands are categorized as PVTGs. And Odisha has the highest number of PVTGs, as in 15. Okay. So remember guys, Odisha with the highest number of PVTGs, along with that, the highest number of PVTGs and the Union Territories, it is the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay. Next, Pradhan Mantri Schools for Rising India. That is known as PM Shri. What is this? Pradhan Mantri Schools for Rising India. So the Delhi government has signed an MOU actually, Memorandum of Understanding with the Union Education Ministry to implement the PM Shri scheme. And now what is this PM Shri scheme? It was launched in the year 2022. What is this? Central sponsored scheme. Nodal ministry, the Department of School Education and Literacy. What is the objective? To develop over 14,500 schools nationwide by enhancing existing schools managed by central government, states and UTs. So simply revamping or developing, enhancing or upgrading the already existing schools, the government schools in India. It is known as PM Shri. Okay. So what will be different in the PM Shri schemes? Okay. How it shall hit different. So here is the thing. Introduction of vocational education, smart classrooms, CCTVs, green schools with LED lights, activities promoting greenery activities actually, digital libraries, gender equity initiative like sanitary pads, vending machines, counseling for students, etc. Then solar panels in schools, science labs, language lab, social science lab. And yes, digital initiatives like tablet for schools, for school students. Okay, not to everyone obviously, but yes, to the concerned one, to the one who deserve. Okay, that is simply the deserving ones. Okay, so this is what PM Shri scheme. Now we have got a particular project under this that is known as STARS project. What is this STARS project focusing on? So STARS, that is strengthening teaching, learning and results for states. Okay, that is STARS. What is that? Strengthening teaching, learning and results for states. Okay, this is STARS project, a World Bank funded initiative to improve the quality of education in India. So remember, who funded the STARS project? So STARS project fund came from World Bank. Okay, simply from the World Bank, presently implemented in how many? 6 states. So remember, it is not a pan-India scheme so far. It is in the states of Himachal, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, and yes, finally, Rajasthan. So these are the much needed states. Okay. So what is the name? STARS. What is the full form once again? Strengthening teacher learning and results for states. Who funded it? Obviously, once again, it is World Bank. Okay. Is it pan-India? No. It's in 6 states so far. What are these 6 states? Once again, Himachal, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, and Rajasthan. Okay. Next. PM Vidya Lakshmi scheme. What is PM Vidya Lakshmi scheme? So, first of all, the context. The Union Cabinet chaired has approved a new central sector scheme that is known as PM Vidya Lakshmi, which seeks to provide financial autonomy or financial support, not autonomy, sorry, to meritorious students in their pursuit of higher education. So, if you are a student which is, who is having good merits, simply meritorious, okay, then you can avail scholarship through the Pradhan Mantri Vidya Lakshmi scheme. Okay, now what are the features to the scheme? Okay, so collateral free loans. First of all, collateral free loans, as in students enroll in the QHEIs can access collateral free and guaranteed free loans that cover the full tuition fee and related course expenses. Loans up to 7.5 lakhs are backed by 75% credit guarantee provided by the central government. Okay, so directly central government is involved here. What is the maximum loan? 7.5 lakhs. Okay, now subsidy for the priority groups. Students with an annual family income up to rupees 8 lakhs qualify for 3% interest subsidy on loans up to rupees 10 lakhs. Okay, and priority will be given to those pursuing technical or professional courses in the government institutions. Okay, this shall be the areas of priority. Okay, Okay, next. Eklavya Model Residential Schools, EMRS. So, with regard to the Eklavya Model Schools, they are focusing on the growth and development of the tribal community once again. So, as we can see here, challenges in meeting 5% sub-quota for PVTG students in Eklavya Model Residential Schools. Now, what is this Eklavya Model Residential Schools? So, it is a central sector, once again, scheme started in the year 1997-98 to impart quality education to scheduled tribe children in remote areas. Specifically, which areas? In remote areas. Okay. Now, EMRs are established in the states and UTs from the grants received under Article 275 Clause 1 of the Constitution of India. Remember 275 Clause 1, which is also part of the 6th schedule. Okay. The schools will focus not only on academic education but all-round development of the students. Each school has a capacity of 480 students, catering to students from class 6 to 12. Non-ST students can be admitted in these schools on seats up to 10%. Okay. So here, out of every 100, 10 seats they will be granted to the non-ST. Okay. Simply. Next. A 5% sub-quota was introduced for PVTGs in 2020 for enhancing their education. Okay. So in what? In the EMRS, that is Eklavya Model Residential School. Okay. So we talk about the reservation category. Scheduled tribe children, 80%. Okay. Then children from PVTG, 5%. Then children from DNT, NT and SNT community, 5%. And children who have lost their parents, okay, because of COVID or other insurgencies, 10%. Children of widows, children of Divyang, children of landowner or the orphans, okay, they are all categorized under this rest of 10%. Okay, simply the non-STs, okay, they are also eligible to get enrolled in the Eklavya Model Residential Schools. Okay. Implementing agency. Okay, which ministry or which department? So, National Education Society for Tribal Students, NEST. It is responsible for the implementation of the EMRS. Okay. Okay, here we go. Next. प्रधानमंत्री विरासत का संवर्धन विकास स्कीम. Okay, what is this all about? So, firstly, Ministry of Minority Affairs has converged 5 existing schemes into a new scheme known as PM Vikas. And what is this? Okay, विरासत का संवर्धन. Okay, विरासत का संवर्धन, that is in short Vikas. Okay, which is the ministry? Obviously, Ministry of Minority Affairs. So, what are these 5 schemes? सीखो और कमाओ, उस्ताद, हमारी धरोहर, नई रोशनी and नई मंजिल. Okay, so these were the 5 schemes which are now totally converged as what? PM Vikas. What is Vikas? Once again, Virasat ka Samvardhan. Okay, in short, Vikas. What are the key components? So, skilling and training, leadership and entrepreneurship, education, and obviously the infrastructure development. So, this will be all done under the PM Vikas. Okay. Next, Jal Vahak scheme. What is Jal Vahak scheme? The union government has launched the Jal Vahak scheme to incentivize cargo movement via inland waterways. Okay, the movement of cargo via inland waterways. So, what is this? To incentivize cargo transport, decongest roadways and railways, and boost the use of waterways as an economical, eco-friendly and efficient mode of transport. Launched by whom? Ministry of Ports, Shippings and Water Welfare. Okay, so this is what? Jal Vahak. So 3 national waterways they have been identified. Okay, so what are they? NW1, 2 and 16. So Kolkata to Varanasi via Patna, that is in the Ganga River, National Waterway 1. National Waterway 2, once again from Kolkata to Pandu in Guwahati via Brahmaputra River. And National Waterway 16 via Indo-Bangladesh Protocol route, that is on Barak River, IBPR. Okay. So this is what? Specifically made for the inland waterways. Okay. What is the validity of the scheme? 3 years. Then next, we have got Swachh Bharat Mission. Obviously, we know it very well. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. See, we have got Clean India and we have got Swachh India. Okay, so how we are talking about Swachh Bharat Mission? Okay, so first of all, elimination of open defecation. Then secondly, solid waste management. And thirdly, behavioral change. Simply encouraging community participation through awareness campaigns and promoting cleanliness as a cultural norm. Okay. There are many videos that you might have seen. I have seen, we all have seen. That if there are any foreigners and if they have been asked this question, which is the most dirtiest country. So out of 10, 6 or 7 of them, they have to answer it's India. Out of 10, 6 or 7 of them, they will have to answer India. Okay, they will be answering India by default. Right? Why? See, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal. Okay, in fact, these are countries which are more dirty than us. But the problem is, we are the tourist hub. Okay. No one wants to visit Pakistan as a tourist, na? Who wants to visit Bangladesh as a tourist? Who wants to visit Nepal as a tourist? What is there in Nepal apart from Kathmandu? Only the ones, those who are, wanting to play that casino thing, that betting game, and they can't afford to go to Los Angeles and so on. So they are only people going to Kathmandu. What is there in Kathmandu? After Kathmandu, it's like if I remove casinos from Kathmandu, so what is there left? Nothing much. Okay, nothing much. Obviously, there are few things, but not as great to, attract too many tourists. Right, obviously. So, apart from the city of Kathmandu, there is no other proper place in Nepal. Bangladesh, if I just remove the areas of Dhaka, okay, then also if I'm even having the area of Dhaka, then also it is not going to attract tourism, na? Why anyone would want to, play with the life and death and have a visit of Pakistan, except if your name is Jyoti Malhotra, the traitor India got, right? So if you are only Jyoti Malhotra, then you are only going to have the tourist element in Pakistan, right? So obviously there is nothing in these countries which are more dirtier than India, more 3x, 4x, 5x dirtier than India. But the problem is, people, they do visit India. Okay, tourism is in India. It's not in Bangladesh. It's not in Nepal. It's not in Pakistan. Okay, so but when they come to India, like for example, I come from the holy city of Varanasi, right? Point is, for me, calling holy city Varanasi as holy city, it's my hometown, it's my birthplace, right? So point here is calling Varanasi as my hometown and calling it as holy city sometimes troubles me. Why? Because I know how much clean my area is, how much clean my city is, my district is, right? Same is followed by every other policy, every other city. Okay, from Bengaluru to Mumbai to Delhi, okay, the capital city right now we are in, okay, Chennai to, Calcutta, the city of Calcutta, or anywhere. Why we are having so much of dirt and filth? The problem is the awareness into the minds of people. If we are aware, so we shall be, collaborating all together without any external support, and we shall be eliminating all such type of dirt and filth. We are only who promote the dirt and filth now. So if we do collaborate together, we will be able to eliminate all such things. And this is what the logic says. Okay. So for this only we have got the Swachh Bharat mission. Okay. the Swachh as well as the Swasth Bharat mission. So launched when? 2nd October on the eve of Gandhi Jayanti 2014. Okay. So as per the achievements of the Swachh Bharat mission, what are the achievements to it? So India declared open defecation free on 2nd October in 2019, but that's not true. More than 10 crore toilets were constructed under the rural phase. That's absolutely true. Sanitation coverage improved from 39% in 2014 to 100% in 2019 under the National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey. Almost true. Tamil Nadu has reclaimed the most area from dump sites at 837 acres, that is 42%. Almost true. Gujarat leads in performance with a reclamation of 75%. Okay, that is 698 out of 938 acres. This is almost true again. Right. So this is what the achievements of the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or Clean India campaign it is. So we have got Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0 as well. Okay. What are the objectives? Achieving garbage-free cities by 2026. Okay. Ensuring 100% source segregation. That is door-to-door collection of waste and scientific management of waste fractions. Then remediation of legacy dump sites to convert them into green zones. Right. So, legacy waste dump sites. How do I define the term legacy waste dump sites? So, dump sites that contain solid waste that have been collected and stored for years in unscientific and uncontrolled manner. Okay, so what is this? Dump sites that contain solid waste, okay, that have been collected and stored for years in what? Unscientific and uncontrolled manner. And these dump sites originally developed on the outskirts of the cities. Like, I'll tell you about my city right now, New Delhi. Okay. So, Delhi, outskirts of Delhi. If you go on NH24, that is the areas of Ghaziabad. If you go to the Delhi Palwal Highway, okay, towards Haryana region, towards UP region, the NCR connecting in the Delhi. So, if I go towards UP, if I go towards Haryana, wherever I go, the moment I reach to the outskirts of Delhi, I will find mountains. Yes, mountains of what? Of waste. Yes, this is what? Mountains of waste. I can't even, I can't even call them hills of waste because they are more than 800 meters. What is the difference between hill and a mountain, right? So they are around 800 meters. So obviously they are, a mountain now, not even a hill. Okay, totally a mountain. So next, PM Abhim. What is that? PM Abhim. The Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission. Okay, what is that? Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, PM Abhim, aims to revolutionize India's healthcare system with an outlay of 64,180 crores. Okay, simply speaking, Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, PM Abhim. So, launched in the year 2021 by whom? Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Secondly, focuses on constructing what? The health infrastructure, including sub-centers, wellness centers, labs, and critical care units. And what is the objective? Obviously, to strengthen the grassroots public health institutions, that is the government institutions there. Then expand the public and expand and build an IT-enabled disease surveillance system. And yes, finally, to expand the research on COVID-19 and other infectious diseases. Guys, a thing with COVID-19 that we must mark, it's returning. Okay, Kerala is on red alert, on high and red alert, around 250 plus cases. Last I saw it was 258 exactly, right? Presently I don't know. So 258 plus cases they have been recorded in past couple of days in the state of Kerala. So please guys remember once again, not, it's like I'm not threatening, please don't take it that, I'm trying to spread some fear. Okay, no, not like that. Just spreading the awareness. Spreading fear and spreading awareness are two different things. I'm not spreading fear, I'm just spreading awareness. So please, last time when we had the COVID lockdown, exactly 24th of March 2020, 400 cases were only recorded throughout India. Okay, when we marked the COVID-19 lockdown on 24th March 2020, I remember exactly the figures. It was 400 cases. Okay, and presently just the state of Kerala has reached around 250 plus mark, okay, of COVID cases. So please be very cautious, take care of your health, and you might be, called once again for the usage of mask and sanitizers. Okay, they could return back. So in action, they could return back, not a big deal. So please be very specific, guys, okay, that it's not about spreading the fear, it's about spreading the awareness. So COVID is returning, kind of, not yet means like certified, but yes, with 250 plus cases marked in Kerala in past couple of days, it is threatening. Okay, so be cautious over this. So here we go with the next one. PM Abhim. It consists of central sponsored scheme components like Ayushman Bharat, health and wellness centers, okay, and some central sector components like critical care hospital blocks. Okay, so everyone, I would request all of you to please enroll yourself and your family into the Ayushman Bharat scheme. Get your Ayushman Bharat health card. Okay, it's a very wonderful initiative by the central government. And if you're having elderly people in your house, okay, so in case you have your insurance, obviously, okay, we do take this health insurance and so on. But apart from the health insurances that we have availed, we must also avail the Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat. Okay, this is also a very nice thing. Okay, so when you have been given some wonderful things, okay, so you must utilize it for sure, right? So coming to the next one, expansion of PMJ. PMJ as in Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Okay, so what we can see, the Prime Minister has launched the expanded Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana scheme. Okay, what is this? It is a health insurance scheme in India that provides coverage for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. It is also known as Ayushman Bharat. Okay, what it is known as? Ayushman Bharat. When it was launched, 2018. What it is? A central sponsored scheme. Okay, it is what? A central sponsored scheme. Okay, now the scheme was expanded to include citizens 70 years of age, of over 70 years of age, regardless of their socio-economic status. Okay, so just what you need to do is open up your web explorer, okay, whatever, just search for the website Ayushman Bharat, enroll yourself there. Okay, provide the basic details, okay, and just enroll yourself there. Okay, so eligibility. Eligible senior citizens who belong to families already covered under Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana will get an additional top-up cover up to rupees 5 lakhs per year for themselves and over rupees 5 lakhs already given to the family. Okay, if there are senior citizens, okay, that is senior citizens as in those who are 60 and above. Okay, next, senior citizens will receive the Ayushman Vay Vandana card. Okay, Ayushman Vay Vandana card, which enables them to access free hospital treatment. And then coverage. It provides a cover of rupees 5 lakh per family per year for hospitalization. Okay, remember, per family, okay, for hospitalization, 5 lakh rupees per family for any kind of hospitalization. Okay, next, scheme for strengthening medical device industry. Okay, scheme for strengthening what? The medical device industry. So what is this? Union Chemicals and Fertilizers Minister launched a rupees 500 crore scheme to strengthen India's medical devices industry. Key features. The scheme consists of 5 sub-schemes, each addressing different aspects of the medical device industry. And what are these 5 sub-schemes? Okay, so it is common facilities for medical device clusters, marginal investment scheme for reducing import dependency, capacity building skill development in medical devices clinical support scheme, and medical device promotion scheme. So they have been all now clubbed together, okay, clubbed together for the sake of what? For the sake of strengthening medical devices industry. Okay, scheme for strengthening medical devices industry. Okay, so next, Pragati. So a matter of triumph for us with regard to Pragati. As we can see, a study by Oxford University, okay, by whom? Oxford University, said business school has lauded the Pragati infrastructure monitoring system. Okay, Pragati infrastructure monitoring system for accelerating the 340 projects worth $205 billion across the country and bringing the economic transformation. So who has applauded? Simply Oxford. Okay, what? Pragati. So what is Pragati first of all? So as we can see, Pragati, acronym, full form, proactive government and timely implementation. Not government, sorry, governance. Proactive governance and timely implementation. Okay, what it is? It is a multi-purpose and multi-modal platform launched in 2015. What is the full form again? Proactive governance and timely implementation. Pragati. Launched when? 2015. Okay. So, here we go. It is aimed at addressing common man's grievances and simultaneously monitoring and reviewing important programs and projects of the government. Government, center as well as the state. The Pragati platform uniquely bundles 3 latest technologies. What is that? Digital management, digital data management, video conferencing, and geospatial technology. Okay. And what are the key features? A 3-tier system. Prime Minister's Office, Union Government Secretaries, and Chief Secretaries of the states. They do take care of the Pragati. Proactive governance and timely implementation. Okay, Pragati 2015. So, monthly video conferences led by Prime Minister. It is held on 4th Wednesday of each month. That is termed as Pragati. So, I guess today is the 3rd Wednesday of the month of May. Okay, so the next, that will be the 4th Wednesday, that will be termed as the Pragati Day. Okay, so the next Wednesday, okay, the very same month, that shall be termed as Pragati Day. Okay, so 4th Wednesday of every month. So issues are sourced from public grievances, ongoing programs, and pending projects and are uploaded 7 days prior to Pragati Day. Okay, so design is such that when PM reviews the issue, he should have on his screen the issue as well as the latest updates and visuals regarding the scheme. So basically, strengthening the most important feature of the democracy, that is accountability, and yes, which is supported by a term that is known as transparency. Okay, so this is what Pragati is all about. Okay, once again, proactive governance and timely implementation. Next, EV as a service program. Okay, what we have got? EV as a service program. What is this? Recently, the Union Minister for Power and Housing and Urban, okay, launched EV as a service program. EV as in obviously the electric vehicles. Okay, what is the objective? To increase EV adoption within government fleets, aiding India's goal for net zero emissions by 2070. As per the international conventions, the Conference of Parties, the Kyoto Protocol, okay, etc. The Copenhagen and Rio de Janeiro conventions. We have in all the international conventions related to the environment and ecology, the greenery. Simply, the most important one being here the Kyoto Protocol. We have committed to consider ourselves as a net zero emission country by 2070. What is this net zero? Net zero as in we are providing no carbon emission. Okay, no carbon emission into the environment. And this is possible when our industries are using not so type of technologies which emit carbon, and also the vehicles. And the best suitable thing is the EVs, that is the electronic vehicles. Okay, the best suitable things, they are what? EVs, that is electronic vehicles. For this, we have also got a scheme that is known as FAME. Okay, faster adoption and mobilization of electric vehicles. Okay, that is known as FAME. FAME has got two components, FAME and FAME 2.0. Okay, so this is all what? From the perspective of our commitment to become net zero emission country by 2070. And a fun fact. You know, there is a country which has been considered as carbon negative. All the countries are carbon positive, as in we release excess amount of carbon dioxide in our environment. But there is just one country, okay, on this whole globe that is known as carbon negative, that emits X level of carbon but sequestrates or captures X plus 1 level of carbon from environment. Okay, it is what? The country of Bhutan. So you can just make a star point in your notes and note down. Bhutan is the only country. Okay, Bhutan is the only country that is termed as carbon negative. That is termed as carbon negative. Okay. Only country. Remember, there is no other country on this planet that is carbon negative. It is only and only Bhutan. Okay. So we talk about EV. So to increase EV adoption with governance fleets, deployment target, the program aims to deploy 5,000 electric cars over the next 2 years. And the nodal agency, Convergence Energy Services Limited, a subsidiary of Energy Services, Energy Efficiency Services Limited. Okay, so these are the two nodal agencies. Flexible procurement model. The government offices can choose e-cars that best aligns with their operational requirements. Okay, so using electric cars into the government will be now the new cool, right? Next, NTTM, National Technical Textiles Mission. How do I define technical textile? What is this technical textile thing? Okay, so a technical textile is basically a type of a textile which is made for a specific purpose. A suit that is made for a specific purpose. Yeah, the suit worn by Iron Man, Batman, Spider-Man, okay, Ant-Man, Captain America, Thor, right? They are all using the technical textile, like a special purpose suit. Okay, so, well, let's be realistic, not those hypothetical creatures. Like the suits or the textiles or the attires worn by doctors or the medical practitioners, the firefighters. Okay, so these are termed as technical textiles. Okay, so what are they? Technical textiles. So they are a specialized textile materials and products designed primarily for their functional properties rather than aesthetics. Okay, it is not for the sake of fashion. So they are engineered for specific applications across various industries, emphasizing performances characteristics, okay, such as strength, durability, and resistance to environmental factors. These products are broadly classified as in 12 different categories, that is agrotech, related to agriculture, oicotech, built tech, meditech, pack tech, protech, indutech, sports tech, home tech, mobile tech, cloth tech, and geotech. Right? So these are the 12 different types of categories into the technical textiles. And what is the scheme now? Okay, about National Textile Mission or Technical Textile Mission, launched by the Ministry of Textiles year 2020 to do what? Increase the penetration level of technical textiles in India. What is the aim? To position India as a global leader in textiles, in technical textiles, and yes, to expand the domestic technical textile market from $40 billion, okay, to $50 billion by 2024. Market actually to $40 to $50 billion by 2024, which is roughly right now almost has touched this particular mark. Okay, almost, not exactly, but yes, we have almost touched this particular mark in 2025. Okay, next, loan limit has been doubled under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. So what is the context first of all? So the union government has doubled the loan limit under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana to rupees 20 lakhs. Okay, up to rupees what? 20 lakhs. Now, what is the PM Mudra Yojana? Launched in 2015 for providing collateral-free loans up to rupees 10 lakhs to the non-corporate, non-farm, okay, small and micro enterprises. Right. So, what is the funding provision? Mudra stands for Micro Units Development and Refinance Agency. It is basically a financial institution set up by the government, and loans are given by the commercial banks, regional rural banks, small finance banks, the MFSI, the micro financial institutions basically, MFIs, and the NBFCs, that is non-banking financial corporations. Okay, so Mudras does not lend directly to micro entrepreneurs or individuals. They do lend through these particular financing agencies. Okay, so what are the beneficiaries? So there are basically, as you can see, some beneficiaries. Okay, what are they? Shishu, Kishore, Tarun, and Tarun Plus. Shishu as in a particular startup, loan up to rupees 50,000. Kishore, that is, has taken the takeoff 50,000 to 5 lakhs. Tarun, that is, has now gained the market 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, and Tarun Plus, that has now become veteran into the market, that is 10 to 20 lakhs. Okay, it would be available to entrepreneurs who have availed and successfully repaid previous loans under the Tarun category. Okay, so the guarantee coverage loans for amounts up to rupees 20 lakh will be provided under the Credit Guarantee Fund for Micro Units. Okay, so this is what the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana is coming. And the next one we have got the Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan. Okay, so what is this? Recently, Pradhan Mantri launched the Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan, a package for basic scheme saturation in tribal majority villages from Jharkhand's Hazaribagh district. Okay, simply speaking, it is for what? It is for the tribal communities. Okay, as per the basic features. Okay, we have it here. Nodal Ministry, Ministry of Tribal Affairs, obviously. Objective focuses on addressing critical gaps in social infrastructure, health, education, livelihood, and through 25 targeted interventions. Okay, key features. Comprehensive coverage. The program will span around 549 districts, 2,911 blocks, impacting the tribal majority villages in 30 states and the UTs. Then, Multi-ministerial convergence. It will be not just the MOTA, that is the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, but other required ministries shall also be working. And apart from that, the infrastructure development initiatives. The scheme includes the inauguration of 40 Eklavya model residential schools. We have already discussed, initiated in the year 1997. Okay, Eklavya model residential schools. And laying of a foundation of 25 more. Okay, with a target to make 728 schools functional by March 2026. That is within the next 8 months, you can basically say 10 months. Okay. So guys, moving on to the next one. PM internship scheme. What is this? The union government has opened up a portal for India's top companies to participate in 1-year internship scheme. Okay. Who is eligible? Eligibility. Candidates aged between 21 to 24 years who are not engaged in full-time employment are eligible. Okay, for the 1-year internship program. And internships are available to those who have passed class 10 or higher. Okay, so minimum qualification is at least having the high school. Okay, a monthly stipend of rupees 4,500 will be provided. And yes, additional 500 offset will be provided by the company's CSR fund. So this is what PM internship scheme. Okay, so recently government has opened up a portal for India's top companies to participate in the 1-year internship scheme. What is the minimum eligibility? High school and above. Okay, minimum high school. Okay guys, so this is it with regard to all of the schemes that we were about to discuss today. Any questions you guys have? So let me know into the comment section. Come on guys, any doubts, any questions? Any queries further? No? Okay. Okay guys, so this is it with regard to today's session. Thank you so much for watching. And apart from that guys, please do not forget to subscribe to the StudyIQ English channel. You know it very well. The channel is continuously on a very perpetual note providing you the quality and quantity of the content. So please do hit the subscribe button so that you never miss any update from the channel. And yes, prelims is approaching in next just 4 days. Okay, so obviously the time is now literally gone. So try to have as much as revision as you can and take a rest as well before it means like Sunday's exam. So I suggest Saturday you guys should be taking just rest. If you guys want to do revision on Saturday only, then I suggest just watch some videos that are related to your revision, or else provide yourself a rest. So today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, read for 3 more days, and on Saturday try to chill yourself, relax your body, relax your mind and everything, because it is needed for you. Because on Sunday, when you are there into the examination hall, and specifically if you are giving exam into the northern areas right now, or even north and south, we are having almost the same temperature these days. So obviously temperature would be a very major factor. Apart from that, the other pressure we might be having. Okay, so because of which sometimes it happens that people they do get easily frustrated inside the examination hall. So in order to eliminate that level of frustration and that irritation, what you need to do is relax yourself, calm yourself. Okay, eat well, sleep well, and yes, please have that energy in you. Okay, so do not waste your energy in any nonsense thing. Do not fight. Okay, do not just irritate yourself for any XYZ external factors. Just focus on the prelims revision. Okay, if you don't want to read, it's okay, fine. Just if you want to still have the revision, so keep on watching the videos. That's it. Even if I will say don't even watch the videos, just relax on Saturday at least. Okay, till Friday you can continue with your schedule what you have, but relax at least on Saturday. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching. See you soon. I hope it was very much helpful in this particular crucial time. Okay, you have learned about some good level of schemes. Okay, so I hope it was fruitful for all of you in these last 2.5 hours almost. Okay, so I tried my best. Rest, it's up to you, and please do let me know your opinion into the comment section. Thank you so much guys for watching, and please do not forget to hit the subscribe button once again. Okay, see you, take care, study well. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.